Did You Have To is a proud member of the But Why Though podcast community.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Did You Have To, the podcast where we watch the live-action adaptations of your favorite anime. As always, I'm Kate.
And I'm Nisha.
And today we're going to get fan service with it, and I don't know if that's a good thing.
It's not in this sense. Well, we're going to have, this is, yes. That's it. Yes. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Because... yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we dive into the hot mess that we watched, what's some good stuff we've been watching?
Ooh. I am late to the One Punch Man hype train. But One Punch Man.
You're just like 3 years.
Hey, it took forever for that second season, so I don't feel that bad.
Oh no, do not feel bad at all. Yeah.
So I've been watching One Punch Man. If you don't know what that is, it is... oh, actually, if you don't know what this section of the show is, this is Crunchy Time, where we talk about the things that we're watching on Crunchyroll, or, you know, other animes. But yeah, One Punch Man, it follows Saitama, the strongest hero in existence. He literally defeats every single person with one punch. And he's bald, and he has the most generic ass suit, and he's a level C hero, not a S tier, which is amazing. One of the things that I really like, and it's just kind of been good to watch, is like I've had a rough week, is Genos? There's just something really funny in watching Genos every time he starts to struggle, just like, I'm just gonna blow myself up, and I'm like, I feel you. I feel you so much, Genos. Yep. But it's a really good show. Really inventive villains, really inventive characters, great dialogue. I have been watching the dub. Well, I watched the first episode of the dub on Hulu, and then I switched to Crunchy and just did all subs, so that was good. But it's been a fun watch. It's been a great watch. Like, I think I actually... during the... yeah, so whatever day the Hall H Marvel panel was during SDCC... I just drank wine and watched One Punch Man.
That is a great way to spend time, honestly.
It was fantastic.
It sounds like really, that's God tier self-care right there, because I feel like whatever involves anime and doing something that like you enjoy, like lately I've been doing yoga and watching anime before bed. Yeah, because I will never, ever stretch after I work out. So this is my way of like, you get to watch this show and be active while you do it.
That's really
like,
cool.
Okay, thanks. So no, the other option that I enjoy to do is also drink something that I enjoy while I'm watching anime. So do you, Kate? Do you?
I shall. I needed it so very much.
Yeah.
So what about you? Yes. What are you watching?
So against my... honestly, the rule I've always followed myself is that never watch an anime when it is brand new.
Oh, no.
Because then I am hooked and I have to wait for episodes. So I started watching Fire Force. It is a new anime that premiered just a little bit over 2 weeks ago. So it's a simuldub, so it's also in English and Japanese. So that's an appealing part of it for me, is that like, oh, I can watch either one. I have options now. So... I'm also kind of excited because it's based off in a manga I've been following for a while. But this is, I think I kind of mentioned it in the Shonen episode we just did. But Fire Force takes place in the year 198 of the Solar Era in Tokyo. Special fire forces are fighting against a phenomenon called spontaneous human combustion, where beings are turned into live, like, fire creatures, which they call them, like, infernals. And, like, the special fire forces are, like, you could have a mage or, like, a knight or somebody who has, like, control over fire, like, pyrotechnic abilities, like, that kind of stuff. And, like, these special firefighters only go into, like, fight these people who are set on fire. But the epidemic is that they can spontaneously combust at any time. So anyone, like, it could happen to anyone. Like, the man who's sitting next to you in your Uber could suddenly turn to an infernal.
Oh, crap.
So, and they don't know why it's happening. So, like, that's a huge mystery. It's like, we still haven't, like, after all these years, haven't found a way to, like, a cure or a reason to why this happens to humans. And it's very modern. So, like, the year is, like, it's a fictional anime, but like their world is very much like the modern Tokyo, and modern world in general. So it's like happening worldwide. Getting to the point, it follows a young boy named Shinra, who's a third generation flame user. So that means the generation, some people are gifted with the abilities to control their flame. So the third generation are like the strongest people. And he has like these awesome, like what I really like about it is like, so the guy who created, is it Soul Eater? I think it's Soul Eater. He is the creator of this anime. And like the action scenes are just amazing to see when people are using their powers. So that's really fun. And the thing about Shinra is that he was blamed for his mother's death because his mother and his brother died in a fire, and they blamed it on him because he was young and he couldn't control his flames. But he doesn't think he did it. So he decided, I want to be a hero, like I told my mom I was going to be, and I'm going to save people. And this is like following him, very much like a shonen anime where the main character lost his parents and his family, and now he's on a journey to become a hero.
Oh, it's almost like trauma shapes heroes.
Pretty much. Yeah. My favorite thing about him that makes me like feel seen, since we're talking about characters that make us feel seen, when he gets really nervous, he has a creepy smile.
Oh gosh.
which is kind of me when I'm caught off guard by something. I'm just like, I can't help but smile in this situation, and it looks like I'm up to something, but I'm really not. I'm just nervous in this situation. So that is it for what I've been watching.
Nice. It actually sounds really good.
It is really good. I mean, I definitely encourage y'all to check it out, and I say that because y'all can join me in the anticipation of waiting for new episodes.
I will say that what you're talking about of the I can't start watching new animes is the reason why I have not started watching Dr. Stone. So Dr.
Yep,
Stone,
and I started that too.
Oh, you did? It looks real good. It looks so damn good. The animation looks so good. The protagonist looks so good. But there's only 3 episodes and it's simulcast. So I was like, I can't do this to myself.
Yep, I'm living in hell now because I have to wait. I don't like waiting for things, especially anime things. So
yeah, so I mean, that's kind of why I didn't finish watching Promised Neverland. Now I have no excuse, but at this point I might as well just wait for the dub.
Kate. It's on Adult Swim. You can literally go and watch the dub.
Oh, really?
Yes, I told you this.
We told you I don't have Adult Swim.
Oh, girl, just, well, I'll talk after.
We'll take this off mic.
Yep, off mic later. For other reasons. I mean, of course, there's always the Adult Swim app. Adult Swim sponsor us. That you can watch your anime things on. But besides that, yeah. You have no excuse now.
Is it on Funimation?
Most likely now, by now it is.
Ha! No, it's only the Japanese on Funimation.
Dang it. It's just like, I got you. You finally... Because, fun fact, guys, as soon as Kate finishes watching The Promised Neverland, we're gonna do a Promised Neverland episode.
We are. And
come hell or high water.
I need to hurry. It's just hard to watch subs, man. I got so much stuff to do.
Oh, no, I don't blame you. I'm just, like, rewatching the dub because it's on at a decent hour on Adult Swim.
How old are you that there is a decent hour?
When anime comes on at 3 a.m., I'm not young anymore. I'm 27. It's hard to, like, stay up to watch another episode of Inuyasha at 3 a.m. in the morning.
So I, like, taking a little trip back in the Wayback Machine, my ass used to pretend to fall asleep at 9 because I had a curfew, and then I would wake up at 11 o'clock to watch Inuyasha.
Yes,
and then I catch like the 2 a.m. block, which was like Witch Hunter Robin, Wolf's Rain, and Ghost in the Shell.
Yep.
Sponsor us, Adult Swim. We've been watching you for a long time.
Listen, I risked getting a butt whooping
to
sneak out of my bunk bed, to go down into my mom's office, to turn on the TV and turn on the captions just so I could watch the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z to make sure I didn't miss anything, and the one that aired earlier that day. And then also watch Inuyasha. So, sponsor us, Adult Swim.
Sponsor us.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, Kate, you tell the people since you picked this.
I picked it because there was nothing else. We wanted to do Tokyo Ghoul, but Funimation lied.
They lied. They straight up were like, "Oh yeah, Tokyo Ghoul's here," and then you went to it. We both were like, "It's not here, but you have all the information to watch it here." What is this?
Yeah, it was real weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so easy synopsis of Prison School. So Prison School was a manga, and then it was an anime, and then they said, let's make this shit live action, because that's a great idea. The plot of the live action is 5 male students enroll at a school that has all female students. The boarding school was formerly an all-girls high school until the new school year. The student council then places the 5 male students in a place known as the prison on charges that they were peeping on the girls in the showers. The 5 male students then struggle to escape from the prison.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget to mention every scene has like a panty shot.
Yep. Which,
okay, that's an exaggeration, but
go ahead. So this is the thing. So this is a fan service anime. This is the same thing with like High School DD, where there are just titties everywhere. Like this is that genre. It's borderline hentai. It actually reminded me of a hentai called. Oh, wait, I'm not going to say the name. Anyway, there's a hentai that's kind of similar to this, but anyway, I digress. But no, so this is even High School of the Dead. I mean, I like High School of the Dead, but that anime has a lot of panty shots and stuff. So like the panty shot is well known in anime.
Oh yeah, that's nothing new. It's not like, and I say that as like you could throw a stone and you see a panty shot in anime and a manga. Yep. And I guess let's get this out of the way now. Obviously, fan service has a place, and like, but there is such a thing as too much fan service. I'm just saying that, in my opinion. But this is totally a fan service anime. The one thing I will say about High School of the Dead, which I also like, that actually has real story with it.
Yeah, this is just about them looking at titties and ass.
Yes.
That's it.
Like his whole tirade, I don't know if you made it as far as I did. I finished the whole anime just because 12 episodes.
Whew.
Yeah. It was, I regret the last 6. There's a scene where he goes on this whole entire tirade about, like, he rails off about why the woman's ass is superior to the breast. Like, as if he were giving some kind of, like, huge, like, dissertation. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's like, there is an audience for this. I'm not that audience.
I am not either.
That's just...
I also...
Go ahead.
I say this as like, yes, I believe there is an audience for this. We're also not trying to kink shame anybody, but I also have an issue whenever there's something with underage girls.
Yeah, so it's like this weird thing. So this is the one thing that I wanted to bring up. Like when it comes to the anime, and it's not that it makes it better, but it's like it's meant like the guys, like they're all underage.
Yeah,
but like
that at least.
So they're kind of detached, but then you think about like the people that are watching it. But anyway, you take that out. What bothers me is that does not translate to live action. That to me, like, so I don't care about, I mean, like, I probably have like a higher tolerance for fan service. But at the same time, like, fan service doesn't always translate into live action. And when you are focused on a high school of teenagers doing this kind of stuff, that is where it just becomes like, I don't even want to say problematic or anything like that. Like, I don't think that's the right word. It just becomes not good.
Yeah.
Like, it becomes creepy. It becomes icky. It doesn't translate because, like, these are real people.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. I'm like, obviously we know that. I mean, I'm assuming and hoping that all the actors were adults.
Yeah.
Like, above the age of 18. I understand, the laws of consent are different in Japan. Like, I think it's slightly lower.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I hope that all the actors were over the age of consent, at least. So it's kind of, I agree. There's just some parts of fan service just don't have a place in live action.
Yeah. No, entirely.
Yeah, especially with the subject matter.
Yeah, because it's like one of those things where, like, yeah, boobs and, like, it... I'm trying to think of a live action that had fan service. I guess Gintama. That kind of had some fan servicey stuff.
Did it?
I feel like it did.
Like, you mean similar to this or just fan service?
No, not similar to this. Just fan service in general. Like, where it does work. Like, like, you just have to know what works and what doesn't. And I think Prison School, in and of itself, is already, like, it's hard ecchi. Like, whew. And I guess we should probably define our terms. Let me get the definition for ecchi.
Oh, good call.
If you're new to anime, so ecchi is often used as a slang term in Japanese language for playfully sexual actions. As an adjective, it is used with the meaning of sexy, dirty, or naughty. As a verb, ecchishuro, with the meaning to have sex, or as a noun to describe somebody with lascivious behavior. When that goes to anime, that means that it is like, it's not hentai in that it shows everything. It's ecchi in that it uses a lot of humor and it's fan service. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, a fan service kid, like, ecchi is always fan service, but fan service isn't always ecchi.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So, but that's what
I mean,
it's
like, yeah, I think it's kind of like if we had more examples for y'all, I think it would, like, obviously we're not teachers on this subject, but it's kind of like there's examples out there
like
of fan service. Like one that
oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. One I was thinking of is like, what's it called? Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
So that is a bunch of fan service, but it's totally from a different gaze. Like as a fan that is pleased with seeing all of that fan service. Like, you have a bunch of hot men, you have them in positions where, like, you have, like, this romance between people, these different romances that are hinted at people, but then they kind of don't happen, but they do, but they're there. These, like, there's that chemistry there. So those are, like, elements of fan service, I would say, on a different level. Yes, free. Yep. That is for sure fan service.
On the other end, you have, like, High School DD, which I've only seen a couple of episodes of, but there's a lot of boobs.
Yeah. Manga Sensei? I just did a review on it, and I should remember the entire title. Let's look that up.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I can't critique it. Like, I don't like it, or I didn't like Prison School at all. It was way too much. None of it made sense. There wasn't a point beyond just doing what it was doing, and it was, like, fairly creepy. And then when you pulled that into a live action, it just goes full freaking creepy.
Agreed.
And just, I can't. That being said, like, at least from the anime standpoint, like, I'm just not the audience. Versus, like, this is just a bad, and, like, I don't know.
No. I mean, we've had this discussion before, though, too. Is like, we are clearly not the audience for this.
Yeah.
But as me and you have both critiqued TV, entertainment, comic, like, all this, we are critics by, like, what we do, right? And, like, in this show, we critique things. So, like, even though we're not the audience for something, that doesn't mean we can't critique it. But
Yeah.
I would say I'm critiquing it from my lens of it is not for me, and we're letting y'all know that ahead of time.
Yes.
Maybe it's for you. Maybe you'll enjoy all the fan service, this type of fan service. But in my opinion, and Kate, from what you've said, all this kind of fan service does not translate well to live action.
Not at all.
For us.
Teenage panty shots does not translate well to
Nope.
live action. Surprise, surprise.
Nope. So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like on many, many levels. Like there is a golden shower scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, thank God the live action like toned it down from the anime. Like in a way of like they did a cut scene in between it, but like it's kind of like
pretty much hentai. It's almost hentai. It's a step away from hentai.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just about 5 horny boys who get in trouble, and now, I mean, we'll get into like our whole like breakdown segments in a second about like if there was something good we could say about this, but overall, you could not pay me again to see this.
Oh, hell no. You cannot pay me to watch the anime again. You cannot pay me to watch the live action again. You cannot pay me to look at the picture. I don't care. This was just...
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Terrible. All terrible. Yeah. So I guess let's drag this thing to hell, or just get through these segments of it. I just felt we had to get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
So, costume and character design? How did you feel that translated from like the anime to the... I know that was coming.
So like the guys looked like the guys, I guess. Mm-hmm. Their wigs were awful.
Oh, it made me itch.
It was so bad.
The one with the long hair.
I will say, Prison School is straight up hentai when it comes to manga. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
Oh no.
Why would you make this live action? Let's see. Other stuff. It was weird. Like, okay, so it opens with so like the prison school, it opens with one of them in the prison, and they're getting the main guy in the prison, and they're getting whipped by the person who in the anime has like, she's a stereotypical one character with giant breasts that like their clothes cannot cover. And they tried to translate that into the anime, and like just grading this on like her boobs looked uncomfortable. Like, if they were pushed up that high and that tight together, I'd be in pain.
The corset they must have used, or the bra they must have used,
the duct tape they must have used.
That too, like that had to pinch the. Like I was looking, like none of this is comfortable. None of this looks comfortable at all.
And
like,
none
you
of
got
it
the worst
even
end
like
of the stick.
It's this weird thing where like none of it looked comfortable and none of it looked believable. Like
yes. Like the boots she wore.
Exactly. And I'm like, ultimately, the funny thing is I just thought of like, oh, you know what y'all could have done? Y'all could have just brought a breastplate like drag queens use, and you would have had a much different experience with that thing.
You know what? Yes.
That would have solved the entire problem. Here, look, I'm fixing your shitty live action, whoever made it. Because I'm just like, okay, so I kind of put this from two lenses. So one is a lot of this shit I just don't want to see, and it's fairly gross, and it should not have been done in live action. But the other half is like, if you're gonna at least do it, at least try to do it right. And I'm like, you did none of this right.
I'm just gonna say it. It looked like someone, most likely Pornhub, produced this. It looks like a very on budget porno, like, but with a long story. Yeah.
Did it have a story?
No, but it's like if porno had like an actual plot, but it didn't. It's just like that's it. It looks like it has a plot, but there is no plot.
Yeah.
But it looked like Pornhub made it.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was terrible. But so the characters look like the characters, but yeah, that girl who's like supposed to have this massive chest, which there is no way in hell I'm picking on anime drawings, which I know it shouldn't do when it comes to anime girls and huge breasts, but there is no humanly possible way any woman would be able to walk straight up that way.
No, there isn't. Like, she would have all sorts of spinal problems.
All the problems, and she's like super. Granted, she's the super strong girl, like you said, one-dimensional character, but like, yeah, not gonna get into that too much about the anime. But yeah, live action, everyone looked like they were supposed to look, like hair color, wigs. Yeah, that is they did that.
It was also one of those things too. Like, why it was just so weird to watch live action too, because like there's. And this is probably more like revealing of just like my experience with hentai or whatever, but like there's a very specific way that hentai is animated.
Mm-hmm.
Like the skin tones are glossier, the line weight is heavier. Like there's a specific way that hentai is drawn, and that's how the prison school anime is drawn. In my opinion at least. And this should have never been a live action. This is just so...
Yep.
Ugh.
This goes up there with our list of just like should have never been made. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Like this is probably my top should have never been made one. Oh fuck, we're not even there yet. I don't know. I can't. This is just a lot.
It's okay. We can just put you on a loop and just say it should have never been made.
Yeah.
So besides character design, yeah, the whole, like, I just want to say, the fact that, and this goes at me picking on the source material a little bit, but this whole premise of, like, there's 5 boys in a all-girls school that recently started, like, integrating into having, like, the opposite sex attend the school after many, many years. So these are the only 5 boys in this school.
Yeah.
The only 5 boys. And the reason they're so horny and the reason they only came here is because for one guy, there are 200 girls. Per guy, there are 200 girls in the school's population. And all I could think about the whole time as I was... Because in the anime, I'm just like, yeah, of course, anime, we believe this is a possible thing. Just like how there's tons of anime where there's only one boy in a school full of girls. And then you have your harem anime.
Yep.
And so, like, in the live action, again... Further reason why I'm just like, really? And these idiots are the ones you let in?
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I get the one with the glasses being smart enough to get in here, but these other 4? Freaking weirdos. Stupid.
Ugh.
Just something else I couldn't just, like, believe, like, let go along with. So, yeah, that's character design and stuff. Man, it's been a while since we've done this. I'm trying to think of, like, all our other segments.
It's been a while since we've done this, and it is an absolutely trash... Ugh, I can't
It is trash.
It's just so bad.
Let's do this. Let's name top 3 of the most cringy moments, and then we're gonna get into the one thing we liked, the one thing we hated. I mean, granted, we're just gonna make this the whole episode, and then we're just gonna get into the ending parts, if you're cool with that.
That's fine.
Okay, top 3 cringing moments. Go.
So the opening is really freaking cringy. Like, just the opening of the very first episode is freaking just weird. Because, like, so anime has a specific shot where they'll, like, they'll, like, zoom in on boobs and you'll see them, like, move. But, like, the person's boobs were so strapped up and in that they didn't even move. And so you just have the camera on. I'm just like, this is weird. I don't like this. This is just awkward.
Yep.
Like,
it made me think of, like, how was this scene filmed?
Yeah.
Because this had to be the most awkward thing to film. But no, I'm sure it wasn't.
And then the other one was the recreation of that same girl, like the dominatrix one, putting her foot on the guy's face in the courtyard or whatever. The guy with the glasses. Yeah. It's just weird. I was just like, why? I don't want that angle.
It's Yes, disturbing. Just all of it's just disturbing.
And then the other one, I can't think of a third one.
I can go ahead and do mine if I
mean, I can think of, yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to pick like a top one because it's all cringe.
Yo, yeah, it's all cringe. So for mine, and to give you a little feedback, a little background information, one of the boys breaks out so he can go on a date with one of the girls that likes him by some miracle. A girl likes one of these disgusting boys. So part of their plan is to record someone having like diarrhea and like pooping a lot. Yeah, so the dude with glasses, it's the main character who's trying to escape to go on his date, and the dude with glasses like, I'll help you escape if you help me get some figurines in here. So they strike a deal, and that's what happens. So they have the opportunity to record it because they are like their classes. They still continue their classes, but they're continuing them like in solitary away from the girls. But they don't have computers, so they have to go to like a restricted section in the computer classroom where they're separated from the girls, but they're in the classroom with the girls. He realizes he can't download an MP3 of a fart noise because of the school's security. So he decides that he will sacrifice his social status for the next 4 years of high school because he realizes he can record the sound himself with the headphones because they are a mic. So he sticks one up his butt and he poops on himself in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's just no way. Like, even in the anime, I cringed. I was just like, I can't. I fast forwarded. The live action made it worse. Like, ugh, so much worse. And after that, they call him Brown Thunder. Yeah, again, this is for a specific type of fan, and we are not it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even. I got another one. So, the golden shower scene?
Yep, that was going to be my third one. Yep,
okay, we can kind of talk about it together. So, it all happens because the main character dude, as he is, he accidentally sees one of the other guard/student council members using the bathroom in the forest, which I'm just like, there's a building right there, girl. There's a building right there that you can go inside and use the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the first thing I thought of. So, but no, instead she decides to just, like, squat by a tree and pee because, like, you're still by a building with windows and someone can see you, but no. So he's up in a tree at this point and looks down and notices it's her. He doesn't try to peek at her. He just, like, oh, shit, if she sees me, she's going to think I'm creeping on her. So he accidentally falls out of a tree and he sees her vagina when she's peeing. Yep. So, as payback, she is determined to see him pee so that they can be even. And I'm just like,
it's so weird.
It's so weird. Because then she's ranked 4th in the karate competition league in the whole school. So, she's a badass and she can fight, which I'm going to get to my third one because that's going to be it. So anyways, she like runs after him into the bathroom the next day, pins him up against the wall. She's much stronger than him, pulls down his pants. Again, I'm cringing the entire time. And in some of the mishap, she pulls down his underwear. He already has to really go to the bathroom and he just lets it all out on her.
Yep.
And thankful that there was a cut scene in between that because I just don't know. This is again why I have to assume everyone was like of legal age when they filmed this.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
It's real bad.
It's terrible. It's cringy. Do you have any comments on that scene?
I hate it. I hate it so much. It just felt like this is something that I want to take a shower after watching. Like it just doesn't.
The whole time when I was watching this, I was like, dear God, I hope Matt does not walk in on Kate watching this.
Yeah. I was lucky. I was real fucking lucky.
He will never let you live this down.
Nope.
Oh, God. And then my third and final, there's so many more, but the fighting. So in the anime, the girl who's like the karate expert can actually like really fight and kick ass. The fight scenes, the choreography is terrible. I mean, I'm not expecting much. Again, I say this is Pornhub level, but dear God, it was bad. Like, it was just real bad. They tried to make it look like it was in slow motion, but they were going at regular speed, so her kicks looked like she was going slow motion, and they were going slow motion, but it did not look like in slow motion.
Nope.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, there's tons more. We could just...
This is a lot.
It's a lot. And, like, I guess one... So let's get into, like, I guess the one thing we liked about this? Question mark?
Nothing. I didn't like anything. I guess the main guys looked like them. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Oh, there's one more cringy part. The principal?
Oh, dear.
Can we talk about the fact that the principal is a grown-ass man looking at porn on the school server?
Yep.
Like, at an all-girls school.
Not weird at all.
Apparently not. Or he's the chairman, whatever. He's on the school server looking at porn in his free time. And also has, like, a booty mouse pad on his desk. Like it's nothing. So sorry, that I had one extra cringe moment. Yep. Okay, cool.
There are a lot more cringe moments. You can watch it for yourself. It's currently streamable on Funimation. I recommend that you don't, though.
I highly recommend that you don't if you value your time and your self-care. Do not watch this. So something I liked. Oh God. So I like from I'm really trying. I like that the girls were in charge.
Yeah, that's a win.
That's all I have. And I mean, I guess, okay, so out of curiosity, I read, like, the last 2 chapters of the manga this morning, because there's no way, there's over 400 chapters. There's no way in hell I'm ever reading that.
No!
Or reading it at all. No. You could never, ever, ever make me read that. So, I'll make it a Patreon reward on the But Why Though community Patreon. But that's going to be a big one. So, again, y'all are never going to make me read it. Anyways, so I read the last 2 chapters, and I guess overall, the true lesson of the entire, like, series, like, the source material and everything, is that, and I'm saying the lesson that I think they're teaching through it is that men are terrible, and they're all dirty, and women, when they've been scorned and they hold a grudge against men, they decide to take charge of that. Because that's... I'm probably doing a terrible job of summarizing it, but like the girl who's the underground student council president, her whole reason for like having this vendetta against the boys is because her father, who was the chairman / principal, she sees him as a filthy man. Yeah. Who's disgusting. And I mean, I don't know if there's more behind that in the manga, like if he cheated on their mom or whatever, or if he's just like, she just sees him as a sex fiend. So her experience with him makes her think that all men are that way. Yeah. So then the end of the manga, spoilers if anybody truly cares, I don't think y'all do. Her little sister becomes the new underground student president because the main character boy, after he confesses to her, he's been exposed of stealing and wearing the karate girl's panties. Ugh. And I don't know. So again, I don't know if the lesson here is scorned women take out their revenge and think that all men are dirty. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's also like kind of like pushing forward like this purity narrative almost too.
Yeah.
Right? Like women are the ones
Mm-hmm.
who see everything as dirty and guys are the little pervy ones. I mean, and then I'm not saying like everything is hypersexualized
No.
in this show, but like that's
a
also what
more-
it's taking into account.
Yes, and I prefer that more. Like the way you put it better, because which is kind of it. Which I guess I find things like that crappy, because women are sexual beings. We have things that we are attracted to. I mean, on this show alone, y'all can see how many times I talk about an attractive man or someone I find attractive or crushing on or thirsting on. But the point is that, well, I think this show is like really framing girls as like these innocent beings who just view all the men as like sex deviants who are all disgusting and like they are like they need to be punished. But like then the girls are being sexualized also.
Yeah.
Like it's just
it's this weird thing. It's like we want them to have sexuality when we want them to have sexuality, but they must ultimately be against all sexuality.
Yes. Oh my God. It's like there's a Twitter argument about this at least once a week of just like men wanting a girl who's a virgin and never touched another man and ever in her life, but also she needs to be a sexpert.
Yeah.
And she needs to know how to spell coconut when she's riding him.
Yep.
If y'all have been keeping up on the latest trash,
I know exactly what you're keeping up.
I'm dead. Oh God. So yeah, like stuff like I think you know what? I think we figured it out. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That is it. So with that, did they have to? Oh wait, no. Oh, we've already talked about why we hated this.
Yes.
So did they have to?
No. Gosh, no. No. I'm not even going to give this a rating because I will never watch this. I will be on the verge of alcohol poisoning and I will never watch it. Good day, prison school.
Same. This should never have been made. They should have never seen the light of day. It should have just like stayed an anime. It should have never ever been applied with real people in real life. So I also could not give you a number because I think 20 drinks would kill me.
Yeah, I was like, I would be dead before I watched this movie.
I would black out. Oh, maybe that's it. Like when something's just that bad, we say it's a blackout. So we don't
remember. Oh yeah, blackout. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this is a blackout, and you know, there's other ones that apply to this. Obviously, Death Note, but this is like blackouts are reserved for things that are truly too terrible for us to ever watch again. Yep. Yay! We came up with a new thing.
We had to. It was so bad it made us do that.
Yep. And you also will notice I did not thirst after any characters, not once in this.
Nope, none of them deserve it.
None of them.
Nope.
Everyone is trash. Except the girls. Well, by default they're trash for certain reasons, but that's not their fault because that's how they're written that way.
But, okay, so I don't like that argument just because, like, technically the boys are written that way too, so then we can't call the boys trash. True. So they're just not good. This is a piece of media that is not good.
Yeah, you know what? That's true because they're all written this way. It's just not good.
Yes, it is all just trash. Put it in the trash can, burn it, get it away.
Yep, can't find anything to save it. And with that, I'm too exhausted.
Yeah, you can follow us at DYHT_pod. If you watch this monstrosity, let us know what you think. We hope you don't, though, because it is a waste of time. If prison school is one of your favorite animes, I don't apologize. Whew. No. But you can find me at OhMyMythRandier on Twitter. Nisha.
And you can find me also on Twitter at LA_NEY_SHA. Yeah. If you guys choose to watch this, Godspeed. I don't know why you would ever subject yourself to this, but yeah, our words are our words.
Yeah.
And with that,
will we? Oh,
nope. You go ahead. You take it. I'm too tired from this.
Yeah. Will we ever recover from this mess? Will we ever be able to look at sex and anime the same way again? Will I ever be okay with a fan service live action? Tune in next time on Did You Have To?
Bye.